I like
That
Otto,
I have
that
no
basically
doubt.
saying, yeah,
All
she's
right.
league, so...
Now we've got some major league metagaming to get through on this one.
Oh. How unexpected.
He still persists. Said tatters. Blah. Fun push. One final push reminds me of a certain someone.
Eyebrows.
Eyebrows furiously raising and lowering. Alright, so everybody, again, useful, but hey, useless. We still got a lot of, we got some new names here. You'll see them eventually when I put them down.
Well, those dudes that got shot didn't die, so I guess that's good. I mean, I can't say I'm like the neutrals from Futurama on this. I have no strong feelings one way or the other.
Gotta make sure we put all our red guys down.
Even Lance Sackless.
Looking at those Lancers, it amazes me how their helmets really do not look like cat ears from the front, but they absolutely do from the back.
You know, there's actually something going on where people are making cat bread now in Japan somewhere. Like it's just a cat face, like the cartoon cat face thing.
Sure,
it looks like that.
Yeah, I've seen weirder stuff from like bakeries and so forth. Specialty bakeries get really strange with their products.
Yeah, God, that's true. Like when with these shapes people like to make in their coffee or whatever that is. Jesus, who cares about that shit?
Stubborn fools. Their loss is apparent. Why lose more lives?
I can sort of sympathize with it simply because I mean you can spend your time and money on things, or you can spend it on experience.
Hold on, we've got war crimes happening.
Oh, criminy! Are
we doing the war crimes, or are they doing the war crimes?
Yes.
What is this?
Okay,
General?
so they're gassing us.
Is something wrong?
It's good to know.
This is... My body's numb. I can't move.
Is something wrong? Do you see the azure cloud around me? Does this look natural?
General,
no.
It's naturally assumed that's what happens when Valkyria's all women fought.
You couldn't resist making that joke. Fucking puerile.
Hey, if they're committing war crimes,
the fart jokes are the war crimes of comedy.
Exactly. If they can do it, I can allow Gallia to be invaded because of some flimsy piece of...
So I would like to point out that he broke all sorts of treaties and basically committed a war crime by using chemical weapons, which are banned. But in the beginning of the game, we saw them murdering civilians, the Empire, just murdering civilians for no reason. So, you know what? There's no good side here. Fuck everybody.
Did they start murdering civilians willy-nilly because we attempted to gas them?
Are we really turning crimes against humanity?
Well, I'm just pointing out. No, it's not about who started it. It's just that I like how there's treaties against chemical weapons, but not against the use of force, deadly force against civilians.
Okay, so I'm going to motor past that headache-inducing conversation and point out that Blood Raven is bringing up maid cafes, and we have a resident expert on maid cafes, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I have been to a maid cafe.
Oh man!
I've never wanted to die more in my life. I felt my mortality just trying to crawl its way out my mouth and out the door.
Maybe you just weren't in the mood for it.
I was there under duress.
I love unsubtitled text.
And you walked out with a Moe Riken Express.
Yes, I do have.
Who came up with that? A Moe Riken.
It's actually called a master card.
Ragnite wreaks havoc on the nervous system,
but
it's easily neutralized by injecting a
but
common
I called it the
anti-shock
Amoe
agent.
or Express because they did like the Moe Moe-kun thing when they
I'm the
asked.
only one who can help her. Hang in there, General. I'm coming.
Oh god, I love bringing this up because it's like PTSD every time you talk about it.
Hey, some of those things too. I was like so terrible. I was like, I'm not. No.
I don't like where this conversation is going, because he just sounds soulless and dead now. It's no good.
That's more or less.
It is so soul crushing. Seriously, like holy shit. Oh my god. But hey, you know what? They get paid. That's it's a job, and it's not like, it's not for the girls. They get a lot of money in commission off of that shit. So good on them. But
okay,
no. I mean, I want to be absolutely
over the metagaming.
The point is how much this hurt Robokai, not anything about the people working there.
Sorry, that one dude when he got shot off the town slightly, they kind of looked like he was just like slapping his own ass as he lay there.
I'm trying to go over the metagaming on this level. So this is the same. The other level you play if you took out the tank in the last level is the same as this, but with a variation. So Salvaria, we got to get Johan over there, and then we can win the mission with her, because we got to capture the camp all the way back over there.
Sure.
We need to take this camp here first, because there's all these guys who will kill him if he runs by, especially that fucking Gatling piece of shit. But there is a fuck ton. I'm just talking too many barricades in the trench that you want to run. It's just on the other side of that wall, and there's a guy in there. There is a guy in there who will kill him. It's a shock trooper. He has no chance. So, I need to use the tank, which I will do here in a second. This is absolutely a required save scum. So you can see where these X's are on the map. Let's just look at all of this shit. He doesn't have enough grenades to do this. He has 3, and we need to get him there on the first turn.
Please tell me that the goalkeeper shock trooper is named Vince. Please tell me this is true.
Goalkeeper?
Well, yeah, like the dude who's like the last line of defense or whatever, and will just and gives no chance to Johan.
Oh, you mean the guy right here? He's behind the sandbags where my arrow is right now. So we need to get our tank over here, and I've got to mortar that guy and hit this barricade in the same shot, which will turn him around and make him unable to fire at Johan. And I can't exactly see where I'm aiming, so this is gonna take a while.
Okay, I'm still, my headcanon is still that his name is Vince, and no chance that's what you got!
Watch out for enemies stationed in trenches.
Alright, so we're gonna be doing some long bombs.
Alright, I hit him, so he's gonna be looking at me now, and hopefully I got... Okay, I hit one part of the barricade, that's good. Now it's time to take that camp. But I'm still gonna make an extra save, because, you never know, he could still have peripheral vision somewhere.
Yeah.
I need to snipe with my Lancer now, who I've just realized is in the very wrong spot. But he's still got some movement, it's okay. I need to snipe this Gatling turret.
I just find that's like, it's the metagame. You gotta do a lot of metagaming, and then it's like, oh, I fucked up metagaming.
This is good decisions, the DLC.
Well, I mean, you absolutely murdered that Gatling
Yes.
turret.
Did you see how the spread was on that thing, that orange ring?
Yeah, that was a butt clencher.
And then we'll run Walter Reed here in to get rid of the Lancer.
Is it Walter or Walther? Because yeah, it's Walther. I was really appreciating.
You are such an ass,
dude. This isn't messing with you. I'm just thinking of the Walther PPK. You know, the James Bond gun.
Yeah, that's a good gun.
It's a good gun.
Speaking of James Bond,
on this.
Roger Moore passed away.
I appreciate how you pointed your weapon at that guy and it was like, yeah, he'll take 35 shots to kill, and you're just like...
You can't, and even worse because he's a Lancer, he doesn't get, blown back very far by explosions, so...
But it's enough to destroy the barricade, so he stands up.
Right.
Yeah, and then I can have a grace period of missing one shot to kill him. Now it's time for Johan to kill a shock trooper on his way into the... or... Well, something has to happen here. I'm not quite sure what, but we'll get there. Oh, good accuracy boost. I mean, you know, there's a lot of ways that could have gone. Whoops, I just loaded the wrong save.
There are a lot of ways that could have gone, and that was not the one I expected to see.
I just like how he's like, oh hey, accuracy boost, all right, and then he right, I hit him in the haircut.
I don't even have some witty repartee for that.
Jesus Christ, game! Holy fuck! When the cursor is on the head, it fucking hits. Don't do that.
Yeah, and it not just on the head. It's like, okay, to kill 1, and it's like, okay, and then it's just like, yeah, no, it.
Commencing action.
You stopped at the last second and shot the dirt. It's like XCOM running up to some dude having a
70% chance to hit.
Well, no, like 99% chance to hit. He misses, and you see your soldier just like point at the fucking dirt.
That happened to Beagle, actually.
Yeah, it's happened to me more times than I care to count.
If he misses this, I'm gonna have to... Oh, that was pretty good. Got a bit lucky there.
Need a bomb?
I got it. At least I hope.
Boom.
Dodging, I'm good at.
Can't believe that.
Oh, right.
Come in.
That's some bullshit. That's some fucking bullshit, that is.
I'm gonna have to kill this guy, actually, just so he doesn't take a turn to kill me. But by the next turn, I will get Silvaria back, and we will run out, and we will kick ass. Oh man, that was just brutal. See, Johan, it's not so hard killing people.
This is where he turns into like Biff from Jagged Alliance and just says, "I want to go back to school," and quits.
I'm on my way.
I still love that thing.
Dodging, I'm good.
Oh my god, it's the funniest damn thing I've ever seen in a game. I mean, I was pissed when I saw it happen because I had spent so much effort trying to make that guy not suck. And
wait, Back to the Future, you said?
One time he finally kills somebody, and it's just like, you know what, this ain't what I was signing up for after all.
Yeah, he's just like, what, kill anybody being a mercenary, and I'm just like, did you not get the whole Soldier of Fortune thing?
I think it was more that just his first kill made him feel absolutely awful, and decide, you know what, I think I'm not gonna be able to do this. Keep doing this. It's a thing, you know. Like he probably got convinced of the romance and the adventure and the excitement and the badassery of being a mercenary. And it's like, and you know, killing a dude that'd just be a matter of course, you know, like whatever, right? And then actually happens. It's not okay at all.
It just does it. It's like, oh good. Yeah, and I mean, you know, okay, I get it. Particularly with how they set that cat up, you know, I mean, it is not, it wasn't a huge surprise, but it was still just like, I didn't heed the warnings. I didn't think it was going to be quite that much of a thing.
You gotta admit, a game that has the balls to like have a character there solely for that sort of a joke is pretty impressive.
What game was this? Jagged Alliance, you said?
Yeah, this is Jagged Alliance 1 we're talking about.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yeah, that
Not you!
Holds. Oh, okay.
He's talking about how, like, the better when you fucking murder each other.
Get ready.
Oh no, it's Mossad! Damn it. If only Silvaria didn't have her attack put down by this shit.
He's a mole. I wonder he's in the trenches.
Yeah, that's his whole backstory going on. That he's a veteran of anime World War I. God, look at the range on this gun. That's a machine gun. At least they put her in cover. Thank God.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They probably like he didn't even need to playtest that part. They probably went, look, if we leave her out of cover, she's probably going to die unless they one turn this. Are they going to one turn this? No, because we put tank traps in front of everything.
Look at them reeling.
Hold on. Waddle Dee's talking. Okay, if they one of the objectives was if they somehow capture her, quote unquote, I guess get close to her, then you fail. But yeah, good luck having that happen somehow. All right, I think we can win this now. I save because I don't know if Johans is going to incur some kind of fire here, but we do need to kill. We need to kill Musad. That's one thing that has to happen.
General.
Engineer, what's happening?
Because
they use chemical weapons.
He's an asshole.
Poison gas. It's in.
This is true.
It's all. This also is kind of one of those moments where not many people get to reclaim their heads after losing it.
Into their trap?
Of course, sir.
I do quite like.
But I've already injected myself with the
lazy
antitoxin. I'm fine, General.
You know, in VC3, you know this whole Ragnite war crime gas they've got going here? There will be war crimes in that game involving this same weapon. I'm pretty sure I remember some maps with it as a hazard.
You were cut off from the rest of us, sir. I couldn't leave you like that.
At least they're acknowledging that in wartime there are just some people who have absolutely no conscience.
If you walk into it, it's like a health drain over time. It's only on a few maps. It's not very common.
I've got the hypopreptin ready, sir. If you'd let me at your neck a moment.
Of course. Thank you. Engineer. I never
let me at your neck a moment. Man, I watched and read too much bad vampire literature for that not to have connotations.
Well, that's a good thing this is an anime game.
Oh, gee, yeah, no, that totally has absolutely no overlap with bad anime literature.
You sound like you're speaking from experience.
Emperor be praised.
I was a teenager once, dude. Yeah, I know exactly what. I know exactly how bad that shit gets.
I owe my life to your bravery, soldier.
I think you're lying.
Please, see to the rest of the squad as
Why would I lie
we're able
about
to flood
this?
her system with opiates.
They're ready to fight, sir. It's already taken care of.
I don't think you would flood somebody's system with opiates for a paralytic. I mean that just sounds like a downer.
Well, the only explanation we had is that it quote unquote wreaks havoc on the nervous system.
Oh, good. So it's meth.
A hero has saved our lives today.
just fucking jam meth right into her carotid
No,
artery.
that's the smoke. The smoke.
The war crime gas going on.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of World War II and meth, and you probably never thought you'd hear this, but I was listening to the radio yesterday, and they were doing an interview with a guy who.
God damn it! Are you fucking serious?
Called Blitz: History of Drugs in Nazi Germany, and
that's why we save everybody. Now I gotta skip over all this bullshit again.
Yeah. So that gives me time to tell the story. And it's this guy.
Yeah, please.
This guy, he's normally a fiction writer, and he was going to write a story where it was like about the Reich and everyone in the Reich being on drugs and stuff like that. And then like allegedly discovered with the help of this historian stuff, which sort of suggested that Hitler spent a very significant period of his life just drugged up
They're
to
ready
high
to
country.
fight, sir.
But also that Germany has a really storied history with the creation of drugs, and suggested that crystal meth might have been like an over-the-counter pick-me-up, not even like classed as a drug that everybody was using, like in Germany at the time. And I've read
too much, honestly.
I've read a review of the book from a guy who's like, this seems just like an attempt to whitewash what happened to the
flagging
to the Germans, to like give them an excuse out of it, etc. Like, you know. Well, I don't know. The guy like they interviewed the guy sounded like he did a lot of actual research into the subject, and yeah, like.
Oh wow, he's. Shit! Are you kidding me? He actually ran out. I didn't know he had one left.
Aspirin and aspirin and heroin were made by.
All right, if this doesn't work next time, I'm fucking just gonna go on because he's in the other variation of the map, and it's even more funnier to kill him there. So
I'm on my way.
the
dude, fuck off.
Popular drug use as a whole actually makes for some incredibly interesting reading. Simply because like the cat who originally made cocaine, later like completely regretted everything he did because he derived it obviously from the coca leaf that's in wide use even today in Peru, but it's nowhere near as powerful, I guess is the word, in Peru because there's a ton of like plant buffering compounds that basically make it substantially less substantially less dangerous to use. And so that was one particular part that was kind of interesting. Is this guy had like that was like his big shame for the rest of his life, is that he had created cocaine. And then even further back from that,
commencing action.
Effectively around the time of Christopher Columbus,
I like how Musa just got shot in the back of the head.
And the Enlightenment.
Oh, get so fucked, dude.
One of the holy Jesus, Musa does not screw around.
No, that shock trooper shot him in the back of the head and also hit Johan at the same time.
Well, yeah. If it was the shock trooper, then he doesn't screw around. That was half of his health.
I love those screams. Okay, listen.
I'll hold on for a minute.
Listen to all this dialogue.
A what? What's an ace?
Somebody who's lived through so many battles and won so much glory,
pretty incredible. We actually took down an enemy
Don't worry,
ace.
though. It's nothing guys like you or me need to know about.
Oh, now we'll explain
We're lucky just
this.
to stay alive.
Just Otto's dialogue right here is just great.
Living legends, huh?
Enemy neutralized.
Yeah, no one will ever call us aces.
We just need to not die.
Damn it, Johan. Yeah, sure, whatever. But one of the theories that a non-trivial number of historians are subscribing to is that one of the reasons you saw like this huge renaissance in the Renaissance and the Enlightenment was that coffee finally started to show up in Europe. So it provided a alternative to like the weak beers and everything that they had to drink to, because the water wasn't safe. And what that effectively turned into is like half of Europe.
Okay, don't say anything. Shut up. This is important.
Fine.
Don't talk over this at all.
If you fools had fought properly, I wouldn't be.
You can laugh, though.
Oh, fates be cruel. The general is dead. You idiot, I never said I was dying. Don't seem so eager to start writing my obituary.
You're alive, sir. No matter what they say, you at least have hero-grade persistence.
I'm falling back. I'll take up command from the rear. You men defend your positions with your lives. You'll have no post to return to if you let them at our camp.
Enemy neutralized.
Alright, so you don't even have to occupy the camp. Savaria just needs to jump over the sandbag and throw up their hands and surrender.
I like how his eyes keep blinking independently of each other.
I do appreciate his hat. Why is his hat so stupid?
Their base camp is ours.
Anyway, to finish my previous thought, it was that all like half of Europe switched from a depressant to a stimulant overnight. So they went from being like half drunk all the time to just hopped up on fucking caffeine all the time.
Yeah, makes sense.
Imperial scum? Fine. All units,
And cocaine was also made by like a German
you
chemist.
tell
So there you
Central
go.
Command the enemy's use of poison
Yeah,
gas
They
forced
made a
us to
lot. They
retreat.
made a lot of crazy
I
stuff back
understood.
then, but yeah, like the
Yes,
story,
sir.
one of the best stories. Like, so I'm gonna get this book, whether it's true or not. I'm going to get this book because there's apparently an entry where they talk about how in 1943 Mussolini was like Italy was getting its shit really
Eisen.
pushed in, and Mussolini was like, I think we should probably pull out of this war, and he was meeting Hitler to talk about it, and Hitler basically had been on the clock the entire time, like 24/7. Like the guy naturally got fatigue, and at some point, like back then, fatigue was this idea. It was like a sickness. It was like a physical disorder. You didn't just. No one really understood the idea that if you just keep going, yes, you will fall over.
I'm raising my eyebrows furiously at this dialogue here.
You wear it well.
God damn.
Sir, your words do me great honor.
Well, alright.
I can hear the fan fictioners writing from here.
Don't worry, they did 9 years ago.
The other boys in the squad were teasing me about
I
it.
think they still are.
This operation has given me cause to
Hey, look,
rethink
you
my
got his name.
conception of supply and support in combat as well. I plan to work on refining
so he,
orders to cure and
and
assist
so
my men henceforth.
He had his personal doctor
That
who
said,
basically once he
I
met
heard
this
you
doctor
applied to
and
be
the doctor gave him
reassigned from
like his
engineer
first
to
few
scout duty.
boosts,
Yes, sir.
he was like,
I've
well,
thought
you're
about
just
it
going to
for
be
quite some
like
time
my
now.
doctor for forever.
I see.
And so they had like
You look
daily
every bit the
recordings of like
soldier now.
the various different chemicals that they
Regardless
would
of your
like
role,
pop
I'll
into
have you
Hitler
stay in
every
my
day
unit.
so that
I
he
look
could
forward
face the
to more
day.
good work from
And
you,
on this
Johann.
particular day, it was the first
Sir.
time, like, Hitler was just really run down. He was really tired.
Now,
He didn't want to
how about
have
some
to deal
food?
with this meeting.
Tonight
he was
will
talking
be
about,
my
like,
treat
canceling the
celebrate
meeting
your
and stuff like
decoration.
that. And everyone was really worried because everyone
Sir,
was sure
it
Mussolini
would be
was
an
gonna
honor.
quit.
Are there any
Yeah,
suitable
yeah,
Yes,
that's
restaurants in
Oswald.
the area?
Hey,
That's Oswald
Buff Cookie, yes. The ace Oswald in the campaign is this Oswald, who gets
Oh, I
horribly
hadn't
murdered
planned
by
on anything
Alicia.
So fancy.
He gone.
What? General,
So much for that
you
story.
cook?
But yeah, so Hitler,
Yes.
so they
Well,
do up
now
a
and then,
pretty
when the
potent
mood
cocktail
strikes
for
me.
him,
Sylvania
and he goes
cooks.
in
Being
this
out in the
meeting with
field,
Mussolini,
I doubt we'll find
and
anything special
it's
by way of
like
ingredients,
this
but
story is kind of hilarious
work with what I
because
can get.
Mussolini never gets the chance to actually
Thank you,
say,
sir.
hey, like this isn't going well.
Shall we head
And
to
like
the
to
mess
try and
hall,
like at
then?
least open the
can tell me
door
what you'd like
to
along the way.
negotiating whether or not he could leave, because Hitler spoke to him for 3 hours without taking pause
I never told the general. I
because he was
couldn't.
that cracked out.
I wanted to tell her she was the reason I became a scout.
No,
So I could
only
join her
Oswald's
up at
from
the
the main
front lines
campaign. Everybody
to
else
keep
does
fighting
is
at her
just
side.
looks here.
If a rank-and-file grunt like me
Trust
could
me,
help
if
ease
I
her
saw
loneliness,
Malia the Dust in my
even
squad,
just for
I
a
would get
time,
him killed.
that'd be... I knew I could die.
Oh no.
I knew the risks. But I also knew that this was what I wanted.
So Sylvaria went to
And I've
cook for
never
Johann.
regretted it.
Yeah,
Whenever
and
that
there's
final day
absolutely
comes,
no
I
sexual
want to have spent
overtones.
everyone before it with
Well,
her.
not in this game.
My place is there.
No
Fighting for her.
sexual overtones.
Okay, we still need to see another level though. I'm booted right back to the main menu, as is fitting. I probably should just like.
Didn't even know just
Ah,
how
well.
much Oswald.
I was
loved
I was considering turning on like some cheats just to get through that one part because it's so annoying getting the tank, but I'll do it. I'll get it done. Don't worry. Now I have to go right back where we started.